I just want to introduce you to something called as e-portfolio. You might have heard about the portfolio, and this is going to be something what we deal in academic, but same thing, we can have this in the research also. So this e-portfolio, what we just do is we just start to organize your information, and these organized informations will be reflected and it will be socialized. So when you just socialize it, then it will come to people and people will just see it or just look into it. So the first step is, as usual, you're creating it and all the documents are added, and then you publish it and you get feedback if at all from your peers or colleagues. Then if at all you want to modify it, you can edit it, and finally again modify, organize and reflect and socialize. So this is how it goes, keep on rotating. The e-portfolio will keep on updating, and this e-portfolio pertaining to research, what can be done is, I just want you to give an idea. The e-portfolio, what can be used for research is Google Sites. It's just like what we use our Google Form, Google Classroom, exactly like that. Google Site is also very simple thing where you can create your own profile. If you want to have your entire CV to be incorporated in Google Site, have your CV incorporated in it, or exclusively you want to show only your research, you can just have your Google Site, separate Google Site, separate Google account, and you can just pay it. Okay, so this is going to be the Google Site. This is the cover page of my Google Site. So I have just created my Google Site and just displaying it to have an idea about the Google Site. So it has a lot of details I just added. It includes awards and recognitions, conferences, my educational qualification, editorial board, any medical education specifically I have completed, and my membership, research publications, any online courses I have completed, and all my details I just with my photo and all my personal profile, experiences, everything I have added in this Google Site. The next thing is after this portfolio, something you can plan for this Scopus. So this Scopus is very important, owned by the LCO, that is the citation database. Key features of the Scopus author thing is the system generated citation metrics in Scopus journal. It ensures correct attribution to your work, get of cited references to your work, and you can collaborate or you can just have a link, or that is the main key features of your Scopus. And the consideration pertaining to Scopus file, only items included in the Scopus database are counted in your file. I mean, so whatever the publications or the research papers you have published in Scopus index journal, only those publications will be reflected in your Scopus. It will not count the non-index papers, PubMed papers, or Web of Science. So whatever the publications or the articles you have done in the Scopus journals, that alone gets reflected in your scope. So please be clear with it. And whatever the journals that is citing your publications, if it is in Scopus, that alone will be counted as a citation for you. I repeat again, Scopus database, Scopus profile will include only the publications which is done in the Scopus index journals. And if at all people are giving citation for your work or your application, if that journal where they are published should also be in the Scopus, then that will be counted as a citation and it will be added to your Scopus account. So this is the main limitation of the Scopus, because it includes only the Scopus index journal, and it is used by only Scopus and based on a limited number of applications. And the next thing is in Scopus is importing and maintaining. So your publication in Scopus are automatically added to your author ID. So this is quite simple. You need not to worry at all. If you publish a paper in a Scopus index journal, Scopus itself will create an account for you, and your publication will be existing in your So what is that you have to just do is, you have to have an account. You go to the Scopus account, you just register in the Scopus account. It will just ask your details, to fill your name and affiliation, those details. Once you fill that, you can go to the Scopus account and you can check out whether any publication is already there or it will be automatically added to your account. So you have to just authorize your publication. That part alone you have to do, because I told you in the first itself, the name ambiguity is very important. You have a lot of confusions with the name. So based on this, whatever the publications in your name, that will be picked up and it will wait for you. So your only job is, after registering into the Scopus, you have to go and select your paper and add it to your account. And this publication, what you're selecting and adding to your account, will be verified by the Scopus, and then only it will be added to your account. So in no time, you don't think that within a small duration or within a short period it will be added to your account. It takes time, it will be evaluated, and then only it will be added to your account. That is very important. So the Scopus site also we'll see at the end. I just show you my profile page and how, and before that I just tell you what are the steps that you can follow for your Scopus search profile. First, register for a Scopus. So what you can do is, go to Scopus. You have this icon on the Scopus there showing you the registration. So you can click that. It will ask you the details. You just feed all those basic details and automatically an account will be created. So remember your login and password also, don't forget. So visit the Scopus website and register for an account. That is the first step what you're going to do for Scopus research. Then ensure that you provide accurate information during the registration process. This is very important. Your affiliations and then your college affiliations, or where you work, or the university which you belong to. So all these details has to be given very clearly. After this, step 2, you have to claim for your author profile. So your first step is you're just registering. So you have to log in using that user ID and password. You have to log in, and then you have to claim for your profile. I told you all the Scopus publication which is in your name will be displayed. So your only job is you have to select whichever is your publication. You have to select it and give a so automatically those publication will be slowly added up to your search for your publication. If it is not displaying, this is very important. So if you don't have any publication displayed, so you have to give a search for it. You can just type either the name of the article, the title of the article, or you can type your name and you can check out what all thing is playing, and from that you can choose your article, or you can go and search using your name and affiliation as well. So once you identify your application, you claim them as yours by following the instruction which is provided in Scopus. They just ask you to click it, and you have to just click it and then submit. So once you click and submit it, automatically they will have a short scrutinization, and after that it will be added up to your account. So after claiming your profile, search profile, after claiming your publication profile, the third step is to verify your author identity. Scopus may require you to verify your author identity by providing additional informations or documentation. Sometimes they may ask you to provide some certain informations, additional informations and documentation. All it is asking, please provide it so that they verify you. That is very important. And please follow the verification process to authenticate your authorship also. Especially this happens, they will just ask you the details, so that if you feed the details, they just confirm your authorship. So the next step is step 4, you customize your profile. So after adding all those publications to your account, so you can go for customization. Some things, certain things which is within the limit of the purpose, you can just customize it. So after customizing your publications, you customize your profile by adding a professional photo or a short description about you, a short biography, and your contact information. That is very important. And please provide details about your academic affiliations, research interest, and area of expertise. It's very common for all the accounts. You have to provide this. And finally, review and update the publication list. So keep checking regularly once your account is created and your article is added. So the whatever you publish in future, all those papers will be automatically added to your account. The only thing is you have to just check out the publication. So review the list of publication associated with your profile and ensure that your relevant publications are included and accurately attributed by you. First, the corrections for any inquiries or missing entries. Sometimes what happens is some of your publication may be missing it, so you can just go to author feedback wizard. It is an exclusive option in the Scopus where you can submit a request stating that one of your publication is missing, and you can add those details of the publications. But this it takes quite a long time. They take around 2 to 3 months for you to check, because what they do is they just verify whatever the details you have submitted. They just verify it, and if all the verification process is over, then automatically that particular article will be added to your. So for that purpose, it takes time, and sometimes it will ask. Most of the times, it will ask you to upload the paper what you have published in. But this is another problem here. What happens is we may think that the journal is indexed in, but your article which is published in that journal will not be updated in the Scopus database. That is very important. And another important thing is, if your article is published in Scopus index journal, Scopus database takes 2 to 3 months time for them to update that article into your. Please wait and give them time. So if still after 2 to 3 months your article is not reflecting in your Scopus account, then you can go to author feedback wizard, and where you submit all this requests, uploading your publication, and give them time to verify and add it to your account. The last step is, if at all you have any additional information, you can add it to your profile. So you can adding information about your academic achievements, grants, awards, and research projects. Earlier, Scopus doesn't have all these additional options, but now Scopus has updated, and they will be asking you the grants and awards and research projects also. So that will be helpful for you to collaborate also. So even if you are applying for some funding agencies, and these funding agencies will be taking out your Scopus account, so that they can update and see what is your research and what is your publication recently done, what impact you have done those journals. Include the links to your institutional web page, Google Scholar profile or ORCID ID, and other relevant platforms. So these Scopus account, you can take the ID or the link of this account, and you can share it in any platform where you want to. So this is my Scopus account page. So here you have the details. Already I have my account, so it displays how many papers I have, how many citations, and what are the documents. And again tell you, this is going to take only the Scopus index journal papers alone. It will not take the other publication. publications which is indexed in some other databases, indexing agent. So please be sure it is only accepting or adding your Scopus journal. So here you have the option create account. I told you in the beginning itself, you can go and have your registration done here. So it's a very simple process. It will ask your mail ID and your name, your affiliation, all those details if it is filled, and then you can have your ID. And after having this account created, you can come back and sign in. And when you sign in, all the details of your names and affiliations, everything will be displayed, and you will be given a ID, Scopus ID. And this is like your Aadhaar ID number. So like that, Scopus gives you an ID, and this ID is going to be there for you permanently. So whenever your articles are, the publications is done, and all this publication will be added to your. So that is the simple thing about the Scopus.